Welcome to the newly podcast from the Orlando Regional REALTOR Association. My name is Bellido, your 2025 president. I want to welcome everyone here that's tuning in with us today, and we're going to share exciting news. This is, again, our first official episode of Realty Rundown, ORRA's first podcast officially. And we're going to cover insights from leading experts regarding our real estate industry on a local and national level. So we're excited to get this started. Today's the first day. It's historical, and we're ready to get this going. Today's guest that I have is going to be our first vice president, Mr. Hafid Boujidi, and we're going to discuss the topics of short-term rentals. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
I'm doing great, President Bellido. Thank you for having me.
We're happy that you're here, and we know you're not just on our exec line. By the way, this is our exec line that's going to be hosting these episodes. We're here to discuss what you do outside of ORRA, and that is short-term rentals. That's one of your expertise.
Yes, that's one of the expertise we've been around. Well, first, thank you for having me today. It's very exciting to co-host this inaugural podcast with you, President Bellido.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Short-term rentals. It's a big deal in our industry. It's a big deal in our sector or where we are. We, the neighbors of the world's largest entertainment, Disney World, Universal, you name it. We have it here in our corridors. And short-term rentals, it's a big deal. And today we will talk about some of the things that you should do as an investor, some of the things that you should do as a realtor, so we can set you for success.
Awesome.
So you never have to have any issues, and all your investments we just try from now.
That sounds great. So we're not just celebrating, but we're going to talk about the pitfalls, successes of short-term rentals.
Oh, absolutely. And that's very important.
Super.
And the hot topic that you mentioned, yes, it was the bread and butter for our business for a very long time, especially for our area. You remember that we are the neighbors of the biggest entertainments in the world. We have Walt Disney World, we have Universal, and other aspects as well. So short-term rental is very essential to our area.
Awesome. I'm glad we're doing that. This is like I mentioned early in our introduction, that this is the first official episode. I'm so excited that it's, under my watch as president, but also having my good friend here, our first vice president, Hafid Boujidi, who isn't just on our exec line. And by the way, that's who's going to host us moving forward, is our executive line. But also, this is one of his niches that he works on, the short-term rental industry.
Oh, absolutely. I think today we'll be able to manifest some of the goods and some of the bads and some of the ugly of the business. And most of it will focus about the best part of it, which is how our members, realtors, and their investors,
that's right,
that can benefit from the business. It is a huge aspect of our industry. It is probably the biggest center of short-term rentals in probably in the world. Especially, as I said before, we're neighboring the biggest entertainment centers in the world. We're in Central Florida, so we are the short-term capital of the world, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Disney's massively huge, but not just Disney. We have, like you mentioned, Universal Studios, which now they just brought in the new Epic Universe, and we just continue to see growth. So a lot of our members and investors, owners, they want to capitalize on our vacation area, and this is what we want to cover today on how to make them experts in the field.
No, absolutely. We'll do a lot of pros more than cons, but we'll balance between the two to set our members and investors for success.
Absolutely. And, I like how you said pros and cons. Instead of cons, let's just call it cautions.
Let's do that.
Careful.
Let's do that.
I prefer cautions.
I like that better.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're all about pros here, and we are pros.
No more cons, just caution.
That's right. Cautions.
All right, good deal.
Yep.
That would work. That would work.
Okay, so let's get this podcast started. What do investors and our realtor members need to know before getting into the short-term rental game?
It is, in my opinion, very important to understand the zoning regulations, because let's say Orlando, for example. Orlando is very not lenient when it comes to short-term rentals.
They're very strict.
They're very strict.
Okay.
There's very, very, very few places that would allow it. But if you go across the street to Osceola County, Kissimmee, Polk County, Davenport, Lake County, and Claremont, or what we call it, the Four Corners, where Orange, Polk, Osceola, and Lake County,
the tourism industry.
Yes, that's that area. It's the 192 West when it ends with Highway 27.
Okay,
that's
perfect.
the Four Corners.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that's the mecca of the short-term rentals.
Okay.
So the zoning is very important. So those counties or those cities are very lenient to short-term rentals comparing to Orlando.
Really?
It is very important that you get to the phone and call your zoning departments and make sure that your area is okay for short-term rentals, meaning that you could rent that property for 30 days or less.
Yeah, that's very important because that's what we always see people renting for a week by week, maybe day by day basis or something, or weekend basis.
Yes, and you don't want to go and purchase a property as an investor or buying a property for your investor as a realtor and end up not being a short-term rental zoned.
Yeah, again, we were saying earlier, instead of cons, we call it cautions.
Those are one of the biggest cautions because you don't want to go there and find out that it's not zoned for short-term rentals.
Wow.
More importantly, too, talking about zoning is HOAs.
Yeah.
Or sometimes HOAs will not allow it. It's more strict, as a matter of fact, than the city or the county itself. It can be, yes, it can be zoned by the city or the county for short-term rentals, but the HOA decided, you know what? No, we're not going to do it short-term rentals. So you got to be very cautious when it comes to that. So you got to call your zoning department to make sure that's zoned. You're going to call your HOAs or look at the HOA document to make sure that you allowed to do a short-term rental on that property.
Oh my gosh, so interesting. So we're talking about you may have permission from the zoning, you're good to go, but at the same time, the HOA may not allow you to do some.
It is more important, I would say, from the HOAs to. I think HOAs has the higher hand on that than the city or the county itself. Yes.
Okay, so my understanding is that always check your local zoning and any HOA restrictions moving forward. So then what's next after you get those things figured out?
So the investment, that's the biggest side of it. It's how much are we making out of those short-term rentals? Again, we're running literally renting a hotel room aspect. Anyway, we're renting it as a hotel room. So what's the return in that? So the ROI, it differed. It can be 5%. It can go up to 20. I've seen it 20-some% a year, which is great. It depends on the product that you have. You can have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, or you can have a 12 bedrooms mansion that have a bowling alley in the first floor.
Does that really exist? A 12 bedroom?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Champions Gate is big on that. Some sides of Kissimmee will do that. There is a couple of subdivisions that they focus only on luxury short-term rentals that you can even host a soccer team, a volleyball team.
God, wow.
It's huge. It's awesome. I've toured many of these homes that have the Mickey, for example, characters and who have Harry Potter theme to it. It's incredible. So those homes will bring you more money than other homes.
What about How to Train a Dragon? Are they involved by any chance?
I didn't see that yet. The movie just came up recently. I didn't see that yet, but I'm sure there will be a theme that I've seen a Halloween theme in there. It was creepy for me. I didn't like it. I don't like
little haunted mansion.
No, it was too dark. It's good for someone, but just me, I was scared a little bit. I was showing the place, and I was a little bit scared, and I pushed my clients like, "You like it? You go,
go for it." Yeah, yep.
But as far as the return, it varies. There is a lot of aspect that plays in that, and including management company. And we will talk later on about management and having a team together. So they set you up for success for the highest return that you can get.
Super. That's great to know. And yep, that's going to lead me into the next questions I'm going to have regarding building a team. and property management will probably be one of those that I'll ask about.
I think that's probably one of the most important ones too, because those are the people that will run your business. Literally, they will run your business or day-to-day business, including but not limited to reservations.
Oh,
where
okay.
they using as a reservation platform.
Yes.
Are they doing it manually? Are they co-hosting with a bigger platform? How they doing it? How they do the cleaning? How they do the inspections? And it's very important to have a good management involved. That's number one.
And check-ins and check-outs, I would assume as well.
All that, yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
super.
You literally, as an owner, you don't have anything. The only thing that you can do as an owner is book a month or two for yourself or for your friends and
the family. Yeah.
So I have a lot of owners that do that. So
That's
they
great.
will keep a month or two that is locked for the year. That's for themselves and friends and family.
Hopefully during downtime, so they're not losing the opportunities of
That's what the smart ones do. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
That's what I assume. Like maybe in between Christmas and Thanksgiving or
I
something.
think Christmas and Thanksgiving get another opportunities there too. So it really depends on the season, and they'll look at the map or they look at the calendar, and they'll choose. It's like, okay, our highest rental, for example, and again, dependent products. Some products are themed for big families, like what we said earlier, teams that come in not during Christmas but during sports season. So they may make money more on the sports season rather than the holidays. Others will make money more in the holidays rather than sports season. So it really depends on the product that you bring and how you run it. And then you can utilize some of those days for yourself.
That's awesome. Like soccer, we become such a big city now, hosting a lot of soccer events. So yeah, a lot of people from all over the world will come here to visit.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mostly see it with youth. Teams that come here and practice and get involved in small tournaments, and those are volleyball and other small sports.
Very cool. I mean, we already have NBA and soccer here, so hopefully we'll see our MLB, Major League Baseball, and NFL someday in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That would boost a little bit of the short-term rental as well.
Oh, I can't imagine. Everybody comes here and they just want to enjoy the sun, but having their favorite sports team visit, that'd be great as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're talking about the management. There is other aspect to add. For example, a good CPA.
Okay.
A good CPA, very important.
Yes.
Those are the people that run your numbers. Those are people that run your taxes.
Okay.
And the most important part of it, too, that I've seen in the past probably 15 years is when the foreign seller or foreign investor that own a short-term rentals are selling their property.
Okay.
So the Foreign International Real Property Act.
Tax Act.
Thank you. So you know it.
A little bit.
Okay. So that, what they do is they would hold 15% of the proceeds of the sale.
Okay.
If the seller is a foreign national, right? So just in case that foreign national did not pay taxes for the last 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. So that money is withheld until the application is goes with the IRS and make sure he paid for his taxes and we're good to go. The biggest problem if you don't do that is when a buyer bought the property and that withholding did not happen. Guess who's in the hook? Who? The buyer.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And we're talking about, let's say, just $500,000 home and 15% is a lot of money.
That's a lot of chunk.
It's a lot of money.
Chunk of change that you have to give up.
$75,000 to the IRS.
Again, folks, caution. We're doing not cons, but cautions.
This is very important.
Absolutely.
If you selling or to any foreign national, doesn't matter short terms or not, if your seller is a foreign national, make sure the FIRTA Act is applied. And that is just one aspect of the team. So we talked about management company and a CPA.
Yes. What else would you? Who else would you recommend to add to the arsenal of short-term rental teams?
I think from experience, a money transfer company. Is good. It's much cheaper. Than
what do they do?
Just transfer money.
That's super. Okay.
Yes, if your foreign investor is coming from UK, coming from Brazil, they will be able to transfer money to the title company directly with less money and faster and easier to deal with.
Okay,
There's a few company locally that you can use, but it's very important to get to know them and understand what they do.
got it. Okay, so their currency naturally is going to be different in their country,
Absolutely.
and you bring it over here.
So they do the
got
transfer, they do almost everything. The most important things is they're cheaper than a traditional bank,
yes.
and it's much lenient. It's much easier transaction than traditional bank.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, so far you've given me ideas of having a property manager, a CPA, and a money transfer company. What else would you recommend to add to that group?
What there is, I will probably add a little bit more like a handyman, which is handyman be probably most likely part of the management company.
Sure.
I will do probably an immigration attorney or an attorney in general if there is any issues. Those are for investors and realtors that do a lot of that business. You always have to have a team that cover you, not just in the short-term rental in particular, but generally.
Got it. So in case you have and I don't want to say the name spring breakers, but just anyone in general that wants to party, it's good to have a handyman to take care of any potential accidents or damages that may have been caused after their time is up using the rental.
Absolutely. And then you're speaking of which, insurance.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Insurance companies,
Insurance for short-term rental is a little bit different than insurance for a homestead.
Is it?
It's a little bit, there is pros and cons in there, but it's very important to have the right people that understand the business that run you the insurance for it.
Sure. And you just can't put any insurance person is what I'm hearing. You have to have someone that specializes in that type of field.
Absolutely.
Super.
You have to have a pro.
You got to have a pro. That's right. You just can't have someone say, I can do it, but they really don't know what they're doing because it could be a pitfall for you in the future.
Very true.
Very cool. Okay, super. Well, you're making me a stronger, not just a member here, but a consumer when I decide to purchase a short-term rental property.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. All right, Hafid, we covered all about short-term rentals. What are the consumers out there thinking about when it comes to long-term?
So it is a little bit different.
Okay.
So what I like about long-term is the steady kind of business of it. You know what you're getting every month. You know what you're getting at the end of the year, right? It's very steady. It's not a lot of risk comparing to short-term rental.
Okay.
So short-term rentals can vary between a 5%, as I said earlier, to 20%.
Yes.
It's very high risk. We depend on the elements of the world, what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the rest of the world. Are we inviting more tourists or not? So it can be a big chart of numbers.
Okay.
It can be a month of zero, and then other months it can be top, and that's one of the big difference. You have long terms that tell you, hey, you have $2,000 a month. Right? And you have short-term rentals that, hey, you may have $0 to $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Goodness. Oh, wow. What a big jump.
It is. Okay. So it is a little bit riskier than long-term, but it is a little bit more rewarding than the long-term. So you pick your battle.
Pick your battle. That's interesting to hear that word, pick your battle. And you just want the side that's going to be a lot more lucrative because you're an investor. You want to go in there armed with the knowledge that you've been providing with us today, correct?
The biggest, yes. So the biggest aspect of it for foreign national that invest in short terms, that they use that property instead of just buying a property abroad and have it empty and visit it once a year for a month or two. So they put it to a reservation system that can produce a little bit of income.
Okay.
So a lot of people do that. A lot of investors, a lot of foreign investors do that. So they use a month or two out of that home that's being rented.
Okay. I think that's great. I could imagine and picture myself going to buy a property somewhere else in the world and using the same concept that we discussed today.
And you're not leaving it empty. You got why would it leave it empty for the rest of the world, for the rest of the year? So you cover your taxes, you cover your HOAs, you cover all. Probably it will cost you nothing for your vacation yourself, because of the income generating for those months that you're renting it.
Oh my goodness, you're making me think about Barbados, Italy.
There we go.
All these places.
I'm already thinking Spain and Portugal.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, because then my house is or my property is not going to be vacant. Someone else is going to be renting it for me. Is going to be
occupying
rented
it
out, occupying it for the whole
or
year.
paying your HOAs and
Almost.
taxes.
Yeah.
And some people look at it that way. Some people
Absolutely.
not cared about generating money, but at least covering some of the expenses.
My goodness. And then I just start thinking about how they fuel our economy over here when they come over here to visit.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Every dollar counts.
Wow.
Every dollar they spend counts. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I mean, they get here, but they're going to want to go out to do some fine dining, theme parks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it helps out our
And
local
most
economy.
importantly, President Bellido, most importantly is the tax generated by the county and the city from those rentals.
Wow.
There is a lot of money that, for example, Polk County, it's a big chunk of their income is those short-term rentals, because probably in Polk County, I think there is one or two big hotels in the whole county. And it's very important that tax money come from those short-term rentals.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
My first vice president here, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
This has been great.
Bellido.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that we had an opportunity to do this today and have everyone online listen to us at our first official podcast.
No,
Any last parting words that you want to share?
Well, most importantly, I want to talk to our members, realtor members, and to their investors. Make sure you build a team. Make sure first we talked about zoning. Make sure we talked about HOA regulations. And from that, you build a team. Know that you have a good attorney. Know you have a good CPA. Know you have a good management company.
Yes.
That is very important. Just and you got to look also at the expectations of the investors. What's their ROI? What the return that looking at? You got to be a little bit homework, and that management company will help you because they have that data already. They have homes similar to what are you offering that they run it again and again. So it's very important. If there is one nugget to take today, is two actually, is look at the zoning.
Yeah.
And the restrictions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And having a management company.
Wow. What you did today, especially for our newest members that could have gotten their license just yesterday and got started, this is a educational podcast for them.
And it's a good business.
Yep. You just mentioned crypto. You covered building a team. I mean, this is something that they can use as a platform to get their business started in the real estate world.
Build a team.
That's amazing.
Build a team.
Yep.
Build a team. Wow. Those are the people that can help you every day.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for everything. My first vice president, Hafid Boujidi. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're going to share some numbers, some local real estate numbers here in the area. All right, let's look at the real estate numbers from ORRA. The median home price is steady at $390,000. Sales dipped slightly at 1.5% month by month. Inventory is down by 1.2%. Interest rates are at around 6.7%. Distressed homes rose slightly to 26 total for the month, and new listings dropped at 8.4%. So the next questions I have are sellers hesitating to sell? Are they creating opportunities for investors or buyers?
Well, President Bellido, it is always a changing market, and it's an opportunity for someone, always. It can be downfall for some and opportunity for another.
Okay.
What that do to the market is we, in a way, just switch in investors. We gave a chance to investor one time. Now another investor has the chance to invest themselves. What I like about it, in a way, it's sometimes it's given the opportunity to first-time home buyers.
Yes.
They're not most likely interested in short-term rentals, but they want a piece of the dream as well.
Absolutely.
So when the market is down, yes, mom and pop and have the opportunity to have a piece of the dream. So is it bad? Is it better? It really depends which side you're looking at it. Yes, as the investors that from before that bought on a higher price and now they're selling on a lower price, it's another opportunity for someone that could not afford it at the time. Now it's their opportunity.
Okay.
So I don't see it as a bad or good. It really depends on the situation, and it's bad probably for someone, but it's always an opportunity for somebody else.
Absolutely. So you're telling me that it depends on the person's portfolio and how they're looking to become a better investor through the knowledge that we're providing today.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. It's very important that in all business aspects, and especially in real estate, it's the buying aspect of it. If you do good at buying, I think you do awesome at selling.
The biggest message that I got here from today is that you just don't do it alone. Do it together with a team, and you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. Regardless if you are an investor, regardless if you are a realtor member, just remember, have a team that takes some of your shoulders. They know best what they do. Either a CPA, an attorney, a management company. You're not going to do it all. Let the expert do it.
Exactly. Yep.
You have a lot of homework to do as an investor, as a realtors, and one of those homeworks is the hiring the right people to do the rest of it for you.
Interviewing like a boss.
There we go.
That's
like
right.
a boss.
Yeah, like a boss. Absolutely. My friend, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here today at our first inaugural Realty Rundown show.
Well, absolutely. President Bellido, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you. And now for a closing statement. All right, folks, we're here at the end of the show, and I just want to give an opportunity to our awesome guest for being here today, Mr. Vice President Hafid Boujidi. Any last words for us?
No, that was very exciting. That is an awesome initiative from ORRA, and looking forward to be on the other side of the show to watch all my colleagues being
That's
here
right.
and doing
Absolutely
great. Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity, Mr.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here on the show today on the Realty Rundown podcast for the Orlando Regional REALTOR Association, aka ORRA.
Oh yeah.
Thank you once again for tuning in to the Realty Rundown, the Orlando Regional Realtors Association first official podcast, also known as ORRA. Be sure to tune in to next month by hitting the like and subscribe button, and also becoming a more educated consumer and member for the real estate industry. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.